Well, being an actress, I took every course you can imagine to learn about the basics of theater. I took a course in the spring of '74, Introduction to Set Designing, and I'm going to show you some elaborate sets. Mind, without the scenery, you do not have a decent show. You can technically do a show without scenery, but now there's a lot of shows, for example, that takes place in the apartment. I did two plays with Willowbrook Players, Barefoot in the Park and The Odd Couple. We kept the same scenery, folded it up, and we put it away into the garage or shed. I don't remember, it was too many years ago. But without the scenery, it really you don't have a decent show. Here I am in a show called Christmas Under the Sea. I'm standing in front of one of the scenery pieces. Look how beautiful that is. This, I think, is The King and I. I'm not sure. Beautiful scenery. Here I am in Big Fish. I did this back in October, live show. It's beautiful scenery. Absolutely beautiful. And it's just immaculate. You get. Yes, I studied set designing, and I actually helped design a few sets, paint the backgrounds or whatever for the show. Because, there's nothing worse than you do a show and you don't have the scenery. The scenery really makes the show. There's been even, awards on Broadway for the scenery alone. I mean, let me see if we can find any more photos of beautiful, beautiful scenery. That's what I'm going to try to find, okay? Just give me a minute. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. All right. It's not easy to design sets. I actually learned how to do that. And it's very, very hard, folks, believe me, for a play. When you decorate scenery, it's not easy. You have to grab your notebook or computer or whatever. In the olden days, I believe we actually took a notebook and we started drawing ideas we want to put sets. And it's just immaculate what you can come up with. And let me see if there's any more beautiful scenery pictures I can find. Here we go. Oh, this is beautiful. That's how beautiful that is, folks. This is beautiful also. My goodness, what you can do with sets is unbelievable. We had a set designer. It was the first show we did for Willowbrook Players. I'm going to get to special effects later on, but right now we're just talking about beautiful scenery. Now we see if we can find anything else. Here we go. Beautiful scenery. But yeah, I wanted to study everything in theater that I could possibly learn, Look how beautiful that is. Lighting is another class that I took. We'll get to that later on. I actually took that also. I think if there's anything else that really stands out that I can find. Oh, my goodness. But yes, when you do theater, folks, you have everything that there's to learn. And scenery is very important, how to build the sets and everything, and how to paint the sets. I literally would paint sets, help paint sets, and come unloaded with paint. It wasn't funny. My parents didn't even know what I looked like because I was so covered with paint and from this, And his name was Mr. Charles. He was actually the set designer where I went to college. Here's another one. This is really... Here we go. And, I loved studying everything I could to learn about theater. And when you're a performer, you really first have to learn how to study everything that there is to know about theater. Because, the sets is very important, like lighting. That'll come up later on. I took a class in lighting as well. And in special effects. That's coming up shortly. From WH Theater, have a great day.